Craps is a thrilling casino game where players gather around a table to bet on the outcomes of dice rolls. The game revolves around two six-sided dice. Players place bets on what they predict the result of the dice will be. Each roll presents new opportunities and risks, making craps a dynamic and engaging experience. The shooter is the player who rolls the dice. The game begins with the come-out roll. This roll sets the stage for the round. If a 7 or 11 is rolled, the pass line bets win, and the round concludes. If a 2, 3 or 12 is rolled, the pass line bets lose. This outcome is known as craps. If any other number is rolled, it becomes the point and the game continues. The craps table is a vibrant area filled with various betting options. The layout is designed to accommodate multiple players and bets. The pass line and don't pass line are the most common betting areas. These areas are located at the edges of the table, easily accessible to players. The center of the table features proposition bets, which are more complex and carry higher house edges. As players place their chips, the collective energy around the table grows. The anticipation builds with each roll of the dice. This shared excitement is a hallmark of the craps experience. Craps is known for its fast pace and communal atmosphere. Players cheer and react together as the dice tumble across the table. This sense of camaraderie enhances the thrill of the game. However, it is important to remember that all outcomes in craps are determined by chance. The roll of the dice is purely random, governed by the laws of probability. No strategy can alter the inherent randomness of the game. Each roll is an independent event, and past results do not influence future outcomes. Understanding the nature of craps is crucial for any player. The randomness of the dice means that while strategies can guide decision-making, they cannot guarantee success. The excitement comes from the unpredictable nature of each roll. Players must embrace the uncertainty and enjoy the experience of the game. As you learn more about craps, you will discover the nuances of betting and strategy. But at its core, craps remains a game of chance. The dice decide the outcome, and players ride the waves of fortune with each roll. The craps table is a bustling scene, full of energy and anticipation. Each table has a distinct layout, designed to accommodate various rolls and betting areas. The table is usually oval-shaped, with a felt surface marked with different sections for placing bets. At the center of the table, you will find the proposition area. This is where high-risk bets like any craps and any 7 are placed. These bets have a higher house edge and are not typically part of a strategic play. The outer edges of the table are reserved for the pass and don't pass lines. These are the most fundamental bets in craps and are the starting point for many players. The rolls at a craps table are crucial for the game's flow. The stickman stands at one end of the table, holding a long stick used to push dice to the shooter. The stickman also calls out the results of each roll and manages the proposition bets. On either side of the table, you will find the dealers. They are responsible for handling transactions, placing bets like place, buy, and lay for players, and paying out winnings. The boxman, when present, sits between the dealers and oversees the game. The boxman ensures that the rules are followed and resolves any disputes that may arise. The flow of a craps round begins with the shooter. The shooter is the player who rolls the dice. The roll of the shooter rotates clockwise around the table. A new round starts with the come-out roll. At this point, the puck is in the off position. The come-out roll determines the initial outcome for pass and don't pass bets. If a 7 or 11 is rolled, pass line bets win. If a 2, 3 or 12 is rolled, don't pass bets win or push in the case of a 12. If any other number is rolled, that number becomes the point, and the puck is flipped to the on position. Once a point is established, the objective for pass line bettors is for the shooter to roll the point number again before rolling a 7. For don't pass bettors, the aim is for a 7 to appear before the point number. The puck remains on until the point is resolved, either by hitting the point number or rolling a 7. This cycle continues with each new shooter, maintaining the rhythm of the game. Players manage their own bets for pass, don't pass, come, and don't come lines. These are self-service bets, meaning players place their chips directly on the table. For other bets, such as place, buy, and lay, players must communicate with the dealers. Dealers handle these transactions, ensuring that bets are placed correctly and payouts are accurate. Clear communication with the dealers is essential to avoid any misunderstandings or errors. Dice out procedures are an important aspect of craps. The shooter must handle the dice with one hand and roll them so that they hit the back wall of the table. This ensures a fair and random roll. Players are expected to keep their hands above the rail when the dice are in play. This prevents any interference with the roll. Hand signals are also used to indicate whether bets are working or not on the come-out roll. Understanding these procedures helps maintain the integrity of the game and ensures that all players have a fair experience. The craps table is a dynamic environment where each roll and area serves a specific purpose. Knowing where to place your bets and how the chips move as the puck flips between on and off is crucial. This knowledge helps you navigate the game with confidence and focus on your strategy. The interaction between the players, dealers, and the stickman creates a unique atmosphere, one that is both exciting and structured. By understanding the flow of a round and the roles involved, you can fully engage with the game and make informed decisions. The pass line bet is the most fundamental wager in craps. It is the starting point for many players due to its simplicity and low house edge. When you place a pass line bet, you are betting that the shooter will win. The outcome depends on the roll of the dice. The initial roll in a round is known as the come-out roll. This roll is crucial in determining the immediate result for pass line bets. If the shooter rolls a 7 or 11 on the come-out, pass line bets win instantly. This is often referred to as a natural in craps. However, if the shooter rolls a 2, 3, or 12 on the come-out, pass line bets lose. These numbers are collectively known as craps. When any other number is rolled, that number becomes the point. The point can be 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. Once a point is established, the objective for pass line bettors shifts. The goal is for the shooter to roll the point number again before rolling a 7. If the point number is rolled again, pass line bets win. If a 7 is rolled before the point, pass line bets lose. The house edge on the flat pass line bet is approximately 1.41%. This makes it one of the most favorable bets in the casino. It offers a good balance between risk and reward. The pass line bet is always working on the come-out roll by default. This means that it is active and can be resolved with the roll of a 7, 11, 2, 3, or 12. Once a point is established, the pass line bet remains active until the point is resolved or a 7 is rolled. One of the key advantages of the pass line bet is the ability to add odds. Odds can be added only after a point is established. These odds bets are placed behind the original pass line bet. They offer the player a chance to increase their winnings without increasing the house edge. Odds bets pay true odds, meaning there is no house advantage on this portion of the bet. The payout varies depending on the point number. For example, a point of 4 or 10 pays 2 to 1, 5 or 9 pays 3 to 2, and 6 or 8 pays 6 to 5. Adding odds to a pass-line bet is a strategic move. It enhances the potential payout while maintaining a low overall house edge. Players are encouraged to maximize their odds bets within their bankroll limits. Different casinos may have varying limits on the amount of odds allowed. Common maximums include 2 times, 3, 4, 5 times, or even 10 times the original pass-line bet. Knowing these limits helps players plan their betting strategy effectively. The pass-line bet is an essential part of craps strategy. It provides a solid foundation for new players and serves as a reliable option for experienced bettors. Understanding the rules and mechanics of the pass-line bet is crucial. It allows players to engage with the game confidently and make informed decisions. By focusing on this fundamental bet, players can enjoy a more consistent and rewarding craps experience. The don't pass bet in craps offers a unique perspective on the game. It is often referred to as the dark side because it bets against the shooter. This bet flips the usual expectations and slightly improves the mathematical edge for the player. On the come-out roll, a don't pass bet wins if the dice show a 2 or 3. These numbers are favorable for players betting on don't pass. However, if the roll results in a 7 or 11, the don't pass bet loses. These outcomes are known as naturals, but they work against the don't pass player. A roll of 12 results in a push, meaning the bet neither wins nor loses. This is often called bar 12 inches in many casinos. Once a point is established, the dynamics of the don't pass bet change. The point can be any of the numbers 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 10. After the point is set, the don't pass bet wins if a 7 is rolled before the point number repeats. This is the opposite of the pass-line bet, where the goal is to roll the point number again. The house edge for the don't pass bet is approximately 1.36% when the 12 results in a push. This edge is slightly lower than the pass-line bet, making it a mathematically favorable option for players who prefer this style of play. Adding lay odds to a don't pass bet can further enhance its efficiency. Lay odds are placed behind the original don't pass bet after a point is established. These odds bets pay true odds, meaning there is no house advantage on this portion of the bet. The payout for lay odds varies depending on the point number. For instance, if the point is 4 or 10, the payout is 1 to 2. If the point is 5 or 9, the payout is 2 to 3. For 6 or 8, the payout is 5 to 6. By incorporating lay odds, players can improve their overall bet efficiency without increasing the house edge. The don't pass bet is more volatile during the come-out roll due to the exposure to 7s and 11s. These numbers result in an immediate loss for the don't pass bet, making the initial roll more unpredictable. Despite this volatility, many players appreciate the slightly lower house edge and the strategic opportunities it presents. The don't pass bet requires a disciplined approach and a willingness to go against the crowd. It is less popular among casual players, but it holds appeal for those who understand its mathematical advantages. Managing the don't pass bet involves careful consideration of bankroll and odds limits. Players should be aware of the maximum lay odds allowed by the casino. Common limits include 2 times, 3 times, or even higher multiples of the original don't pass bet. Understanding these limits helps players optimize their strategy and maximize potential returns. The don't pass bet, when combined with lay odds, offers a compelling option for players seeking a lower house edge. It demands patience and a clear understanding of the game's mechanics. By focusing on the math and maintaining discipline, players can effectively incorporate the don't pass bet into their overall craps strategy. Understanding the house edge in craps is crucial for making informed betting decisions. Each bet type carries a different house edge, which affects your long-term expectations. The pass line bet, a common choice for many players, has a house edge of about 1.41%. This makes it one of the more favorable bets on the table. When you place a come bet, it operates under the same rules and carries the same house edge as the pass line bet. Both are considered low-edge wagers, making them popular among players who prefer a straightforward approach with minimal disadvantage. On the other hand, the don't pass and don't come bets offer a slightly lower house edge of approximately 1.36%. These bets are sometimes referred to as playing the dark side, because they involve betting against the shooter. Despite their lower popularity, they provide a marginally better mathematical advantage. The difference in edge, though small, can add up over time, particularly for players who engage in extended sessions. Choosing between pass, come, and don't pass, don't come often depends on personal preference and comfort with the underlying strategy. Free odds are an exceptional feature in craps. They carry no house edge at all, because they are paid at true odds. This means the bet pays out exactly according to the mathematical probability of the outcome. Free odds can be added behind a pass line or come bet, once a point is established. Similarly, they can be laid behind a don't pass or don't come bet. This opportunity to place a wager with zero house edge is rare in casino games. Maximizing your free odds within your bankroll limits can significantly improve your overall betting efficiency. Place bets on the numbers. 6 and 8 are another strategic option. These bets have a house edge of about 1.52%. While slightly higher than the pass line or don't pass bets, they are still considered efficient. The numbers 6 and 8 have a relatively high frequency of appearance, which helps stabilize results. Players often choose to place bets on these numbers when they want to diversify their strategy, without significantly increasing their disadvantage. It is important to bet in multiples of $6 to ensure proper payouts. Place bets on the numbers 5 and 9, carry a higher house edge of approximately 4.00%. These numbers appear less frequently than 6 or 8, which contributes to the increased edge. While they can be part of a broader strategy, their use should be more selective. Players might choose to use these bets temporarily, or in specific situations where they feel confident. However, relying heavily on them can lead to greater losses over time due to the higher edge. The numbers 4 and 10, when placed, have an even higher house edge of about 6.67%. This is due to their lower probability of being rolled. Some players opt to buy these numbers instead, which involves paying a commission but receiving true odds on the payout. The decision to place or buy depends on the casino's commission policy. If the commission is only taken on wins, buying can be a more efficient choice. It is crucial to verify the house rules before deciding. The field bet is a one-roll wager with a variable house edge. It wins if the dice show a 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, or 12. The payout for the numbers 2 and 12 can vary, impacting the edge. If the 12 pays triple, the house edge is around 2.78%. If it pays double, the edge increases to about 5.56%. The field bet is simple but volatile, and not typically part of a low-edge strategy. It can be used occasionally for variety, but with caution. Proposition bets, found in the center of the table, carry some of the highest house edges in craps. The any 7 bet, for example, has a house edge of about 16.67%. The any craps bet, which covers 2, 3, and 12, has an edge of approximately 11.11%. Hardway bets, such as hard 6 or hard 8, offer a house edge of about 9.09%. These bets are enticing due to their high payouts, but are best treated as novelty options. Regular use of high-edge proposition bets can quickly erode a bankroll. In craps, understanding and managing the house edge is key to developing an effective strategy. Prioritizing low-edge bets like pass, come, and free odds can help maintain your bankroll over time. Placing bets on 6 and 8 offers additional coverage without excessive risk. Meanwhile, higher edge bets should be used sparingly, if at all. By focusing on bets with favorable odds, you can enjoy a more sustainable and enjoyable craps experience. Free odds in craps are a unique opportunity for players. They are added behind flat bets and carry no house edge. This means they are paid at true odds, which is rare in casino games. When you place a pass line or come bet, you can add free odds once a point is established. Similarly, you can lay odds behind a don't pass or don't come bet. This feature allows you to improve your overall betting efficiency by reducing the house edge on your total action. The pay tables for free odds depend on the point number. If the point is 4 or 10, the odds pay 2 to 1. For points of 5 or 9, the payout is 3 to 2. When the point is 6 or 8, the odds pay 6 to 5. These payouts reflect the true mathematical probability of rolling the point before a 7. By adding free odds, you are essentially betting on the point repeating before a 7 appears, with no built-in disadvantage. Free odds are only available after a point is on. This means you cannot place them on the come-out roll. Once the shooter establishes a point, you can then add odds behind your flat bet. For don't pass or don't come bets, you can lay odds against the point. This involves betting that a 7 will roll before the point repeats. The true odds payouts for laying are the inverse of taking odds. For example, laying odds against a 4 or 10 pays 1 to 2. Casinos set maximum limits on the amount of free odds you can place. Common maximums include 1 times, 2 times, and 3, 4, 5 times odds. Some casinos offer higher limits, such as 10 times, 20 times, or even 100 times odds. These limits vary by casino, and sometimes even by table. Higher odds limits allow you to take more advantage of the 0% house edge, but they also increase variance. This means your results can swing more dramatically in the short term. To make the most of free odds, it is important to keep your flat bet small. This minimizes the house edge on the flat portion of your bet, allowing you to focus on the true odds portion. Maximizing your odds within your bankroll tolerance is key. By doing so, you can lower the weighted edge on your total action. This strategy helps you achieve a more efficient betting approach, which can extend your playing time and potentially increase your winnings. When deciding how much to bet on free odds, consider your bankroll and the table limits. It is essential to balance the amount you place on odds with the risk you are comfortable taking. While free odds carry no house edge, they do increase the amount of money you have at risk. Managing this risk is crucial for maintaining a sustainable playing strategy. Setting clear limits on your odds bets can help you avoid overextending your bankroll. In summary, free odds are a valuable tool for craps players. They offer a way to place wagers with no house edge, improving your overall efficiency. By understanding the pay tables and limits, you can make informed decisions about how to use free odds in your strategy. Keeping your flat bets small and maximizing your odds within your bankroll tolerance can enhance your craps experience. This approach allows you to enjoy the game with a more favorable mathematical expectation, making free odds the best bet for players. Come bets in craps offer a unique way to replicate the pass line bet during the course of a round. When you place a come bet, it acts as if a new game is starting for that specific wager, even though the main game is already in progress. This allows you to cover multiple numbers and take advantage of favorable outcomes as they arise. The first roll after you place a come bet serves as a mini come-out roll for that particular wager. On this roll, a natural 7 or 11 results in an immediate win for the come bet, while a 2, 3 or 12 results in a loss. If the roll results in a box number, such as 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 10, the come bet travels to that number. This means your bet is now placed on that specific point, and the objective is for that number to roll again before a 7. Once the come bet moves to a number, you have the option to add odds to it. Adding odds behind a come bet works similarly to adding odds behind a pass line bet. This involves placing an additional wager that pays true odds, which carries no house edge, thereby enhancing your overall betting efficiency. The house edge on the flat portion of a come bet is the same as the pass line bet, approximately 1.41%. This makes it a relatively low-risk option compared to many other bets available on the craps table. The ability to add odds further reduces the effective house edge on your total wager. By strategically using come bets and adding odds, players can create a diversified betting strategy that covers multiple numbers, increasing the chances of hitting a winning combination. One popular strategy that incorporates come bets is the three-point molly system. This approach involves placing a pass line bet with odds, followed by 2 come bets with odds. The goal is to have up to 3 numbers working for you at any given time. This structure allows for efficient coverage of the table, while taking advantage of the low house edge on the flat bets and the 0% edge on the odds. The three-point molly system is particularly appealing to players who want to maintain a disciplined approach while maximizing their potential returns. When employing come bets, it is important to manage your bankroll carefully. The addition of odds increases the amount of money at risk, so it is crucial to ensure that your bets are within your financial comfort zone. Setting limits on the size of your flat bets and the amount of odds you are willing to place can help you maintain control over your bankroll. This discipline is essential for sustaining a long-term playing strategy and minimizing the impact of variance. Come bets also offer flexibility in terms of adjusting your exposure during the game. If you find that you have too many numbers covered and want to reduce your risk, you can choose to remove or reduce the odds on one or more of your come bets. This allows you to fine-tune your strategy in response to the flow of the game and your current financial situation. Understanding the mechanics of come bets and how they interact with the rest of the craps table is key to using them effectively. By recognizing the opportunities they present and incorporating them into a well-rounded strategy, you can enhance your craps experience and potentially improve your overall results. As with any betting approach, the key is to remain disciplined, manage your bankroll wisely, and stay focused on the long-term probabilities rather than short-term fluctuations. Don't come bets in craps offer a strategic way to continue playing on the dark side after the shooter has established a point. These bets function similarly to don't pass bets, but are placed after the come-out roll has already determined a point. When you place a don't come bet, the first roll that follows acts as a decision point. On this roll, if a 2 or 3 appears, the don't come bet wins immediately. If a 7 or 11 is rolled, the bet loses. A roll of 12 results in a push, meaning the bet neither wins nor loses, and you can choose to leave it in place for the next roll. Once a box number is rolled, such as 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 or 10, the don't come bet travels behind that number. This means your wager is now set against that specific point, and the goal is for a 7 to appear before that number repeats. This aspect of don't come bets allows you to leverage the higher probability of rolling a 7 compared to any other number. The house edge on the flat portion of a don't come bet is approximately 1.36%, which is slightly better than the pass line or come bets. This makes it an appealing choice for players who prefer a lower house edge. Once the don't come bet has moved to a box number, you have the option to lay odds against that number. Laying odds involves placing an additional bet that pays true odds, meaning there is no house edge on this portion of the wager. The payout for laying odds varies depending on the number. For instance, the payout is 1 to 2 on the 4 and 10, 2 to 3 on the 5 and 9, and 5 to 6 on the 6 and 8. This can significantly enhance your overall betting efficiency by reducing the effective house edge on your total wager. Don't come bets can be particularly useful for players looking to reduce exposure to high-edge bets while still participating actively in the game. By focusing on bets with a lower house edge, you can manage your bankroll more effectively and potentially extend your playing time. However, it is important to consider the volatility associated with don't come bets. Since these bets win when a 7 is rolled, they can result in frequent losses if the shooter is on a hot streak and hitting their points consistently. To manage this volatility, consider keeping the number of active don't come points to a minimum. This means you might choose to place only 1 or 2 don't come bets at a time, rather than spreading your bets across multiple numbers. By doing so, you can limit your exposure and maintain greater control over your bankroll. Additionally, be mindful of the amount you lay in odds. While laying odds can improve your overall efficiency, it also increases the amount of money at risk, so it is crucial to ensure that your bets remain within your financial comfort zone. Understanding the mechanics of don't come bets and their place in a broader craps strategy can help you make informed decisions at the table. By leveraging the statistical advantage of the 7 and managing your bets wisely, you can create a balanced approach that aligns with your overall gaming objectives. As with any strategy, discipline and careful bankroll management are essential to navigating the inherent variance of craps and achieving a sustainable playing experience. Placing the 6 and 8 in craps offers a strategic advantage for players seeking efficient box coverage. These bets are popular because they provide a favorable balance of risk and reward. The payout for placing the 6 and 8 is 7 to 6, which means for every $6 wagered, you receive a payout of $7 if the number hits. To maximize efficiency and avoid breakage, it is recommended to place bets in multiples of $6. This ensures that your payouts remain whole, and you do not lose small amounts due to rounding. The house edge for placing the 6 and 8 is approximately 1.52%. This is the lowest among the place-to-win options, making it an attractive choice for players who prioritize minimizing the house advantage. The relatively low house edge means that over time, these bets are more likely to preserve your bankroll compared to other wagers with higher house edges. This efficiency is further enhanced by the higher hit frequency of the 6 and 8. Each of these numbers can be rolled in 5 different ways with 2 dice, giving them a higher probability of appearing than other box numbers. The ability to turn place bets on or off during the come-out roll adds flexibility to your strategy. By default, place bets are not working during the come-out roll, meaning they do not win or lose if their number is rolled. However, you can request the dealer to turn them on if you wish. This option allows you to manage your exposure to risk, especially if you want to protect your bets from the riskier come-out roll, where a 7 is more likely to appear. By controlling when your bets are active, you can better align your strategy with your risk tolerance and bankroll management goals. When comparing the value of placing the 6 and 8 to making come bets with odds, it is important to consider the specific table rules. Come bets with odds offer a house edge on the flat portion, similar to the pass line bet, around 1.41%, and the odds portion carries no house edge. However, come bets require an initial flat bet and are subject to the same come-out roll risks as the pass line. In contrast, place bets on the 6 and 8 are straightforward and do not involve the additional step of moving to a point, making them simpler and often more appealing for players who prefer a more direct approach. The decision to focus on placing the 6 and 8 also hinges on personal preference and playing style. Some players appreciate the steadiness provided by the higher hit frequency of these numbers, which can lead to more consistent wins and a smoother playing experience. Others might prefer the potential for larger payouts offered by come bets with odds, despite the added complexity and variance. Ultimately, understanding the mechanics and probabilities associated with each option allows you to tailor your strategy to your unique preferences and goals. By focusing on the 6 and 8, you can create a stable foundation for your craps strategy. These bets offer a combination of low house edge, high hit frequency, and flexibility that appeals to many players seeking a balanced approach. Whether you choose to place the 6 and 8 as standalone bets or incorporate them into a broader strategy, they provide a reliable way to engage with the game while managing risk and optimizing potential returns. As always, maintaining discipline and adhering to sound bankroll management principles are key to enjoying a sustainable and rewarding craps experience. Placing bets on the 5 and 9 in craps offers a way to fill coverage on the table, but comes with a higher house edge compared to placing the 6 and 8. The payout for these bets is 7 to 5, meaning for every $5 wagered, you receive $7 if the number hits. The house edge for placing the 5 and 9 is approximately 4.00%, which is significantly higher than the 1.52% edge for placing the 6 and 8. This higher edge makes the 5 and 9 less attractive for players focused on minimizing the house advantage over time. The hit frequency for the numbers 5 and 9 is lower than that of the 6 and 8. Each of the numbers 5 and 9 can be rolled in 4 different ways with 2 dice. This means that while they still offer a chance of hitting, it is less frequent than the 5 ways available for the 6 and 8. This lower hit frequency contributes to the higher house edge, as there are fewer combinations that result in a win for these numbers. Players should be aware of this when deciding how to allocate their bets across the table. Placing the 5 and 9 can be considered for temporary use, especially when pressing bets or playing in short sessions. Pressing involves reinvesting winnings to increase the size of your bets, potentially leading to larger payouts. In this context, placing the 5 and 9 can complement other strategies by providing additional coverage and opportunities for wins. However, this should be done with caution, as the higher house edge can quickly erode winnings if these bets do not hit frequently enough. When comparing placing the 5 and 9 to making come bets with odds, the latter often proves to be more efficient in terms of reducing the overall house edge. Come bets carry a house edge on the flat portion, similar to the pass line bet, around 1.41%, and the odds portion carries no house edge. This makes come bets with odds a more attractive option for players seeking to optimize their strategy and minimize the casino's advantage. However, come bets require an initial flat bet and are subject to the same risks as the pass line during the come-out roll. Managing units effectively is crucial when placing the 5 and 9 to avoid overexposure. Overexposure occurs when too much of your bankroll is tied up in high-edge bets, increasing the risk of significant losses. By keeping the size of your bets in check and spreading risk across multiple numbers, you can maintain a balanced approach that aligns with your bankroll management goals. This disciplined approach helps mitigate the impact of variance and ensures that you can continue playing without depleting your funds too quickly. Ultimately, the decision to place the 5 and 9 should be informed by your overall strategy, risk tolerance, and session goals. These bets can offer additional opportunities for wins, but should be used judiciously, given their higher house edge and lower hit frequency. By understanding the mechanics and probabilities associated with placing the 5 and 9, you can make informed decisions that enhance your craps experience while managing risk effectively. Placing bets on the 4 and 10 in craps involves a decision between two different approaches, placing and buying. Each method has its own implications for house edge and payout structure. When you place a bet on the 4 or 10, the payout is 9 to 5. This means that for every $5 wagered, you receive $9 if the number hits. However, the house edge for placing the 4 and 10 is approximately 6.67%. This relatively high edge makes these bets less attractive to players who are focused on minimizing the house advantage. Alternatively, buying the 4 or 10 offers a different payout structure and house edge. When you buy these numbers, you receive true odds of 2 to 1. This means that for every dollar wagered, you receive $2 if the number hits. However, buying these numbers typically involves a commission, known as VIG, which is often around 5% of the bet. This commission can impact the overall value of the bet, so it's important to understand how it is applied at the specific table you are playing. If the VIG is charged only on winning bets, the effective house edge for buying the 4 or 10 can drop significantly, potentially reaching as low as 1.67%. This makes buying a more attractive option compared to placing, as the lower edge increases the expected return over time. However, if the VIG is charged up front, regardless of whether the bet wins or loses, the value of buying decreases. This upfront charge increases the effective house edge, making the bet less favorable. Before deciding whether to place or buy the 4 and 10, confirm the house rules regarding the commission. Different casinos may have varying policies on how the VIG is applied, and understanding these rules can significantly impact your strategy. When the VIG is only charged on wins, buying the 4 and 10 becomes a more efficient choice, as it aligns closer to true odds with a minimal house edge. In situations where the VIG is charged up front, consider whether the potential payout justifies the increased cost. In such cases, it may be more prudent to avoid these bets, or to look for tables with more favorable conditions. Always weigh the potential returns against the cost of the VIG to determine if buying is the right choice for your strategy. When the rules are favorable, buying the 4 and 10 can be a strategic move to enhance your craps play. The lower house edge compared to placing allows for better long-term results. This approach can be especially beneficial for players who prefer to focus on minimizing the casino's advantage and maximizing their potential returns. By choosing to buy under the right conditions, you can improve your overall craps experience while maintaining a disciplined approach to bankroll management. In summary, the decision between placing and buying the 4 and 10 hinges on understanding the house rules regarding commission and evaluating the associated house edges. Buying offers a lower edge when the VIG is charged only on wins, making it a preferable option in those scenarios. Always confirm the specific procedures at your table to make informed decisions that align with your strategic goals and risk tolerance. Lay bets offer a unique way to play craps, by betting against the numbers. This strategy involves wagering that a 7 will roll before a specific box number, such as 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. The payout for a winning lay bet is based on true odds, minus a commission. For the 4 and 10, the payout is 1 to 2, meaning you win half of your wager. For the 5 and 9, the payout is 2 to 3, and for the 6 and 8, it is 5 to 6. This structure reflects the probability of a 7 appearing before these numbers. A commission, often 5%, is typically charged on the potential win of the lay bet. Some casinos charge this commission only if the bet wins, which can affect the overall value of the wager. If the commission is applied only on wins, the lay bet becomes more attractive, as it reduces the effective house edge. However, if the commission is charged up front, regardless of the outcome, the cost of the bet increases, making it less favorable. Lay bets are commonly used in conjunction with don't pass and don't come bets. These combinations allow players to leverage the 0% house edge on the odds portion of their wagers. By laying odds, players can further reduce the casino's advantage. This approach can be particularly appealing to those who prefer playing the dark side of craps, where the goal is to capitalize on the frequency of the 7. The frequency of numbers plays a crucial role in lay betting strategy. The 4 and 10 have the lowest frequency among the box numbers, with only 3 combinations each. This means they are less likely to appear compared to the 6 and 8, which have 5 combinations each. As a result, laying the 4 or 10 involves less exposure to potential losses. However, these numbers also offer higher payouts due to their lower probability of hitting. When considering lay bets, it's important to check the table minimums. Some casinos may require larger amounts to meet the minimum payout thresholds. This can affect your bankroll management and overall strategy. Ensure that you are comfortable with the required bet sizes and that they align with your risk tolerance. Lay bets can be an effective way to manage risk and take advantage of the statistical likelihood of rolling a 7. By understanding the payout structure and commission rules, you can make informed decisions that align with your overall strategy. This approach requires a disciplined mindset and careful consideration of the table conditions. When using lay bets, always confirm the specific rules regarding commission at your chosen casino. This knowledge will help you maximize the efficiency of your wagers and minimize unnecessary costs. By strategically placing lay bets, you can enhance your craps experience and improve your chances of long-term success. In summary, lay bets provide an opportunity to bet against the numbers, with a focus on true odds. The commission structure and frequency of numbers are key factors in determining the value of these bets. By understanding these elements, you can incorporate lay bets into your strategy effectively. The field bet in craps is a straightforward wager that can be appealing due to its simplicity and immediate resolution. This bet covers multiple numbers on a single roll, winning if the dice show a 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, or 12. If the roll results in a 5, 6, 7, or 8, the field bet loses. The payout for a field bet is typically even money for most winning numbers. However, hitting a 2 or a 12 often results in a bonus payout. The specific payout for these numbers can vary between casinos, with some offering double payouts and others offering triple payouts for a 12. This variance in payout can significantly affect the house edge associated with the field bet. The house edge on a field bet depends on the payout structure. When both the 2 and 12 pay double, the house edge is about 5.56%. If the 12 pays triple, the house edge drops to approximately 2.78%. This difference highlights the importance of understanding the specific rules and payouts at the table you are playing. Despite these appealing payouts, the field bet is considered a high volatility wager. It is resolved in a single roll, which means the outcome is immediate, but can be unpredictable. This volatility makes it less suitable as a core strategy component for players seeking to minimize the house edge over the long term. Before placing a field bet, it is crucial to confirm the payout rules at the table. Casinos may have different signage indicating whether the 2 or 12 pays double or triple. Understanding these specifics will help you make informed decisions about whether the field bet aligns with your overall strategy. This attention to detail can also prevent misunderstandings about potential winnings and losses. While the field bet can provide quick excitement and occasional substantial payouts, it should be used selectively. The higher house edge compared to other bets like pass line or don't pass means it can erode your bankroll more quickly over time if relied upon too heavily. For players who enjoy the thrill of a one-roll wager, the field bet can offer a change of pace. However, it is essential to balance this with more stable, low-edge bets to maintain a sustainable bankroll. Consider using the field bet sparingly, perhaps as a small side bet, when you feel comfortable with your current position at the table. This approach allows you to enjoy the excitement of the field bet without significantly impacting your overall strategy. The field bet's simplicity and potential for varied payouts make it an interesting option in craps. However, its higher volatility and house edge require careful consideration. By understanding the payout structures and confirming table rules, you can incorporate the field bet into your play strategically. This knowledge helps you manage risk and enjoy the game while maintaining a disciplined approach to your betting. Always remember that the field bet is best used as a supplementary wager rather than a primary focus. This ensures that your overall strategy remains grounded in bets with lower edges, providing a more balanced and sustainable approach to the game of craps. Proposition bets in craps can be found at the center of the table, capturing attention with their enticing payouts and rapid results. These bets are often made on specific outcomes that occur on the next roll of the dice. While they add an element of excitement to the game, they come with a high house edge, making them costly over time. The allure of proposition bets lies in their potential for large payouts, but this comes at the expense of a higher risk to your bankroll. The any 7 bet is one of the most popular proposition bets. It pays 4-1 if the next roll is a 7. However, it carries a significant house edge of about 16.67%. This high edge means that while the payout is tempting, the likelihood of winning is low. Over time, this can quickly deplete a player's bankroll if relied upon too heavily. It is important to remember that the higher the payout, the higher the risk involved. This is a consistent theme with proposition bets. Another common proposition bet is any craps, which pays 7-1 if the next roll is a 2, 3, or 12. The house edge for this bet is approximately 11.11%. Like the any 7 bet, any craps offers a substantial payout, but with a significant risk. The odds are stacked against the player, and the house edge reflects this. Players should be cautious and consider the impact on their bankroll before placing such bets. The yo bet, also known as the 11, pays 15-1 if the next roll is an 11. This bet has a house edge of about 11.11%. While the payout is one of the highest among proposition bets, the probability of rolling an 11 is low. This makes the yo bet a high-risk option that can be thrilling but is not advisable as a core part of a craps strategy. Like other proposition bets, it should be treated as a novelty rather than a staple. Hardway bets involve wagering on the dice rolling a pair, such as 2 3s for a hard 6 or 2 4s for a hard 8, before a 7 or any other combination that makes the number. The hard 6 and hard 8 pay 9-1, with a house edge of about 9.09%. Meanwhile, the hard 4 and hard 10 pay 7-1, with a house edge of approximately 11.11%. Hardway bets can add excitement to the game, but their high house edge makes them less favorable for long-term play. When considering proposition bets, it is crucial to understand their nature as high-risk, high-reward options. They should be used sparingly and never form the basis of a craps strategy. The excitement they offer can be appealing, but the potential for significant losses is equally real. Players should approach these bets with caution and a clear understanding of the odds and house edge involved. For those who enjoy the thrill of proposition bets, it is advisable to set strict limits on how often and how much to wager on them. This can help manage the risk and preserve your bankroll for more favorable bets. Proposition bets can enhance the entertainment value of a craps session, but they should be viewed as a supplement to a more disciplined betting strategy, focused on lower edge options. In summary, proposition bets in craps are designed to attract players with their flashy payouts and immediate results. However, the high house edge associated with these bets makes them an expensive choice over time. Players should treat them as occasional indulgences rather than a primary strategy. By understanding the risks and setting limits, you can enjoy the excitement they offer without compromising your overall approach to the game. In craps, managing your bets during the come-out roll and understanding the concept of working and not working bets is crucial. The come-out roll is the first roll of the dice in a new round. It is important because it determines the point number. During this roll, the status of your bets can significantly impact your bankroll. Many players opt to call their place bets off during the come-out roll. This decision helps avoid unnecessary exposure to a 7, which is the most likely outcome with 6 combinations. By doing so, you protect your existing bets from being wiped out by an early 7. Flat bets on the pass line and don't pass line are always active during the come-out roll. This means they are subject to the outcomes of this roll. If you are betting on the pass line, a 7 or 11 will win, while a 2, 3 or 12 will lose. For don't pass bets, a 2 or 3 wins, a 7 or 11 loses, and a 12 pushes. Understanding these dynamics helps you anticipate potential outcomes and manage your bankroll effectively. When it comes to odds bets, it is essential to confirm whether they are working during the come-out roll. Odds bets are typically not working by default during the come-out. This means they are not at risk of being affected by the roll. However, you can choose to have them working if you wish. This decision should be based on your strategy and risk tolerance. If you decide to have your odds working, you must inform the dealer. Clear communication ensures that your intentions are understood and that your bets are handled correctly. As your bankroll fluctuates, you may need to adjust your odds bets. If you find yourself under financial pressure, consider removing or reducing your odds. This action helps to mitigate risk and preserve your bankroll for future rounds. It is important to remain disciplined and avoid the temptation to chase losses by increasing your odds bets beyond your comfort level. Consistency in your approach helps maintain control over your gambling experience. To avoid errors under pressure, establish a set of consistent rules for managing your bets. Decide in advance when you will have your bets working or not working. Stick to these rules even when emotions run high during a game. This consistency reduces the likelihood of making costly mistakes. It also ensures that your strategy is based on logic and not on impulse. By carefully managing which bets are live during the come-out roll and how you handle your odds, you can better control your exposure to risk. This disciplined approach helps protect your bankroll and increases your chances of long-term success. Remember that craps is a game of chance, and while you cannot control the dice, you can control how you manage your bets. This control is key to a sustainable and enjoyable craps experience. The 3-point molly strategy is a well-regarded approach in craps, designed to maintain a low house edge while covering multiple numbers on the table. The foundation of this strategy begins with a pass line bet. Once a point is established, you add odds behind your pass line bet. This use of odds is crucial because they carry a 0% house edge, effectively lowering the overall cost of your action. The next step involves placing 2 come bets. Each come bet operates similarly to a pass line bet, creating its own independent point after the initial roll. Once these points are established, You also place odds behind them. This setup allows you to have up to 3 numbers working in your favor at any given time. The 3-point molly strategy is efficient because it limits your simultaneous exposure compared to betting on many place bets. By focusing on the pass line and come bets with odds, you are engaging in wagers with some of the lowest house edges in craps. The pass line and come bets have an edge of about 1.41% on their flat portions. Adding odds, which have no house edge, further reduces your overall risk. This approach allows you to capitalize on the true odds of the dice outcomes, maximizing your potential returns without unnecessarily increasing your exposure to higher edge bets. This strategy is also scalable, making it adaptable to various table minimums and odds limits. Whether the table minimum is $5 or $25, you can adjust your flat bets and odds accordingly. Many casinos offer different maximum odds limits, such as 345x, 10x, or even 100x. By understanding the specific rules of the table you are playing at, you can optimize your bets to fit within your bankroll, while maintaining the integrity of the 3-point molly structure. Despite its efficiency, the 3-point molly strategy is not immune to the inherent variance of craps. Dice outcomes are unpredictable, and losing streaks can occur. It is important to set stop-loss and stop-win points before you begin playing. A stop-loss point is a predetermined amount you are willing to lose before you walk away from the table. Similarly, a stop-win point is the amount of profit you aim to achieve before cashing out. These limits help you manage your bankroll effectively and prevent emotional decision-making during the heat of the game. When implementing the 3-point molly, discipline is key. Stick to the strategy and avoid the temptation to deviate by making additional high-edge bets. The simplicity of this approach is one of its strengths, allowing you to focus on a few key bets that offer the best statistical chance of success. By maintaining this focus, you enhance your ability to make informed decisions and keep your gambling experience enjoyable and sustainable. In summary, the 3-point molly is a straightforward and effective strategy for craps players seeking to minimize the house edge while covering multiple numbers on the table. By combining pass line and come bets with odds, you engage in low-edge wagers that maximize your potential returns. This approach is adaptable to various table conditions and encourages disciplined bankroll management. While variance is always a factor in craps, setting clear stop-loss and stop-win points helps you navigate the ups and downs of the game with confidence. Don't pass is the starting point for a dark side craps strategy. This approach bets against the shooter, capitalizing on the frequency of the number 7. The don't pass bet wins if the shooter rolls a 7 before the point is made. On the come-out roll, a 2 or 3 results in a win, while a 7 or 11 means a loss. A roll of 12 results in a push, meaning no win or loss. This slightly lower house edge of about 1.36% makes don't pass an attractive option for players looking to minimize the casino's advantage. Once a point is established, you can enhance your don't pass strategy by adding 1 or 2 don't come bets. These bets function similarly to the don't pass bet, but apply after the point is set. You place a don't come bet, and the next roll acts as a mini come-out roll for this bet. A 2 or 3 wins, while a 7 or 11 loses, and a 12 pushes. If a box number is rolled, the don't come bet travels behind that number. The aim is for a 7 to roll before the number repeats. This strategy allows you to cover multiple numbers with a consistent focus on the 7. Laying odds behind your don't pass and don't come bets is a critical component of this strategy. Laying odds means betting additional money against the established point or numbers. These odds are paid at true odds, meaning there is no house edge on this portion of the bet. This enhances your potential payouts, while keeping the overall house edge low. Common lay odds pay tables include 1, 2 for the 4 and 10, 2, 3 for the 5 and 9, and 5, 6 for the 6 and 8. By selectively laying odds, you can balance your bankroll while maximizing the efficiency of your bets. One advantage of the dark side strategy is that it typically generates less attention at the table. By not celebrating when a 7 rolls, you maintain a lower profile, which can be beneficial in a game where most players root for the shooter. This approach also involves fewer moving parts than more complex right-side strategies. With only a few key bets to manage, you can focus on maintaining discipline and sticking to your plan. This simplicity can help reduce errors and emotional decision-making during the game. Managing the come-out roll is crucial in a dark side strategy. The come-out roll carries a risk for don't-pass bettors due to the possibility of rolling a 7 or 11. To mitigate this risk, some players choose to hedge with small bets on high-edge propositions like any craps. However, these hedges can increase the overall house edge and should be used sparingly. Understanding the 12 push rule is also important. In most casinos, a 12 on the come-out results in a push for don't-pass bets, meaning the bet neither wins nor loses. This rule helps balance the odds slightly in favor of the player. By focusing on the don't-pass and don't-come bets with controlled lay odds, you leverage the statistical likelihood of the 7 appearing more frequently than any other number. This strategy requires patience and a disciplined approach to bankroll management. By keeping your bets simple and avoiding high-edge wagers, you can maintain a consistent edge over the long term. The dark side strategy is not about chasing big wins, but rather about steady, incremental gains. By adhering to these principles, you can enjoy a sustainable and strategic approach to playing craps. Pressing, regressing, and locking are vital concepts for managing your bets in craps without altering the house edge. These methods focus on how you adjust your bet sizes to manage risk and reward effectively. Pressing involves reinvesting your winnings to increase your payouts. This method raises the variance of your session, meaning the potential for larger wins also comes with the risk of larger losses. When you press, you are essentially betting your profits in hopes of compounding them. For example, if you win on a place bet, you might increase your next bet on that number, aiming to capitalize on a streak. Regressing, on the other hand, is about reducing your bet size after a win to lock in some profit. This approach lowers the variance of your session, smoothing out the highs and lows. By regressing, you protect your bankroll from significant swings. For instance, after a successful roll, you might choose to reduce your bet on a number, thus securing a portion of your winnings while still keeping some action on the table. This strategy helps maintain a more stable bankroll over time. The same bet strategy involves keeping your bet size consistent, regardless of wins or losses. This method maintains a steady approach to betting, which can be beneficial for players looking to minimize emotional decision-making. By sticking to the same bet size, you avoid the temptation to chase losses or overextend during winning streaks. This strategy can be particularly useful for players who prefer a more controlled and predictable gaming experience. Structured triggers are essential for implementing these strategies effectively. A trigger is a predefined condition that prompts you to press, regress, or maintain your bet size. For example, you might decide to press your bet after the first win and regress after the second. These triggers help you stay disciplined and prevent impulsive decisions. By setting clear rules for when to adjust your bets, you can manage your bankroll more effectively and reduce the likelihood of making errors under pressure. Tracking your total exposure versus your bankroll is crucial when using these methods. Total exposure refers to the amount of money you have at risk on the table at any given time. By monitoring this, you can ensure that your bets remain within your bankroll's limits, This practice helps prevent overexposure, which can lead to quick losses and increased risk of ruin. Keeping a close eye on your exposure allows you to adjust your strategies as needed, maintaining a balance between risk and reward. Incorporating these strategies into your craps play requires patience and discipline. Pressing, regressing, and maintaining the same bet size are not about altering the game's inherent odds, but about managing how you engage with those odds. Each method has its place in a well-rounded strategy, allowing you to adapt to different table conditions and personal goals. By understanding and applying these concepts, you can enhance your overall craps experience, focusing on long-term sustainability rather than short-term gains. These bet management techniques offer a framework for making informed decisions at the craps table. They provide a way to handle the natural variance of the game without relying on luck or superstition. With a clear plan in place, you can approach each session with confidence, knowing that your strategy is designed to protect your bankroll while maximizing your potential for profit. This approach fosters a calm and focused mindset, essential for enjoying the game and achieving your desired outcomes. Table minimums and maximum odds are key factors in crafting a craps strategy that aligns with your bankroll. Each table has a minimum bet requirement, typically ranging from $5 to $25. This minimum dictates the smallest amount you can wager on any given bet. To play efficiently, you should adjust your bet sizes in clean multiples of the table minimum. This practice helps ensure that your wagers are easy to calculate and manage, reducing the likelihood of errors. Understanding odds caps is crucial for optimizing your flat bet sizing. Odds caps refer to the maximum amount you can wager in odds behind your flat pass or come bets. Common odds caps include 3, 4, 5x, which means you can place odds of up to 3 times your flat bet on points of 4 or 10, 4 times on points of 5 or 9, and 5 times on points of 6 or 8. These caps are designed to balance the casino's risk, while allowing players to take advantage of true odds. Higher odds tables offer the opportunity to lower the total weighted edge on your bets. When you increase your odds bet, you are wagering more money at true odds, which carry no house edge. This approach reduces the overall house edge on your total action. However, it also raises the variance of your play, meaning that your bankroll will experience larger swings. Players should be prepared for these fluctuations and adjust their bankroll management strategies accordingly. Buy and lay bets come with their own minimums, which can sometimes result in awkward bet amounts. These bets involve paying a commission, often 5%, on your potential winnings. It's important to clarify with the dealer whether this commission is taken up front or only on wins, as this can affect the value of the bet. When placing buy or lay bets, ensure that your wager meets the table's minimum requirements to avoid unnecessary complications. Coloring up is an essential practice to prevent error-prone change-making. When you color up, you exchange smaller denomination chips for larger ones, making it easier to handle your bankroll. This step is particularly important when you have accumulated a large number of chips during a session. By consolidating your chips into higher denominations, you simplify your betting process and minimize the risk of making mistakes when placing bets. Practical unit sizing is a fundamental aspect of effective craps play. Your unit size should be a fraction of your session bankroll, typically around 1 to 2%. This conservative approach helps protect your bankroll from rapid depletion and allows for longer playing sessions. By carefully selecting your unit size, you maintain control over your betting and reduce the risk of ruin. Each craps table has its own set of rules and limits, which can vary significantly between casinos. Before you begin playing, take the time to familiarize yourself with the specific table limits and odds caps. This knowledge enables you to tailor your strategy to the table's conditions, maximizing your chances of success By aligning your betting plan with the table's parameters, you ensure that your math works at the rail, providing a solid foundation for your play. It's important to remain flexible and adapt your strategy as needed. If you encounter a table with higher minimums than you anticipated, consider adjusting your unit size or seeking out a table with limits that better suit your bankroll. Staying adaptable allows you to maintain a disciplined approach, regardless of the table conditions. In summary, understanding and adhering to table minimums, maximum odds, and practical unit sizing are essential components of a successful craps strategy. These factors influence how you manage your bankroll, place your bets, and ultimately, how you navigate the game. By focusing on these elements, you can play with confidence, knowing that your strategy is designed to optimize your chances of success while minimizing risk. The game of craps is deeply rooted in the probabilities of dice outcomes. Each roll of the dice is governed by the number of combinations that can produce a specific total. The number 7 is the most common outcome in craps. It can be made with 6 different combinations of the dice. This makes it the most statistically probable result. In contrast, the numbers 6 and 8 each have 5 combinations. This makes them the next most likely outcomes. Understanding these probabilities is crucial for making informed betting decisions. The probability of rolling a 7 is higher than any other number. This is why the game is structured around it. The frequency of 7s influences the house edge. It also affects the strategies that players use. The true odds of rolling a 7 are 1 in 6. This translates to a probability of about 16.7%. In comparison, the numbers 6 and 8 have a probability of about 13.9% each. This makes them statistically friendlier bets than other numbers. When considering other numbers, the probabilities decrease. The numbers 5 and 9 each have 4 combinations. This results in a probability of about 11.1%. The numbers 4 and 10 are even less likely. Each has only 3 combinations, giving them a probability of about 8.3%. These probabilities help explain why certain bets have higher house edges. Bets on numbers with fewer combinations are riskier. They are less likely to hit in the long run. The concept of true odds is important in craps. True odds reflect the actual probability of an event occurring. However, the payouts offered by the casino deviate from these true odds. This deviation creates the house edge. For example, the true odds of rolling a 6 or 8 are 5 to 6. But the payout is often 7 to 6. This difference is where the casino gains its advantage. Players should be aware of these discrepancies when choosing their bets. One-roll bets, such as any 7 or any craps, are particularly volatile. These bets hinge on a single outcome. The probability of hitting these bets is low. For example, any 7 pays 4 to 1, but the true odds are 6 to 1. This results in a substantial house edge of about 16.7%. Similarly, any craps pays 7 to 1, but the true odds are 8 to 1. This creates a house edge of about 11.1%. These high edges make one-roll bets less favorable for players seeking to minimize risk. Over time, the probabilities of the dice will play out according to mathematical expectations. Short-term streaks or patterns can occur. However, they do not alter the underlying probabilities. This is why long-term strategies should focus on bets with lower house edges. Players who understand the math behind the game can make more informed decisions. They can choose bets that align with statistical probabilities. This knowledge allows them to manage their bankroll more effectively. The dominance of the number 7 in craps is a fundamental aspect of the game. Its high probability of occurrence shapes the strategies that players use. By understanding the combinations that produce each number, players can make smarter betting choices. They can focus on bets that offer the best balance of risk and reward. This approach is key to enjoying craps while keeping the house edge as low as possible. Dice probabilities guide the way players approach the game. They help players understand which bets are statistically sound. By focusing on numbers with higher probabilities, such as 6 and 8, players can improve their chances of success. The long-term math of craps favors those who respect the probabilities and adjust their strategies accordingly. In the game of craps, players often seek ways to manage risk and protect their bets. One approach is hedging, which involves placing additional bets to offset potential losses. However, while hedging can provide a sense of security, it typically increases the overall house edge. Common hedges include betting on any craps to protect a pass-line bet, or using horn bets to cover potential losses on a come bet. These hedges introduce higher edge components into the game, which can erode the expected value over time. Any craps is a popular hedge for players who want to safeguard their pass-line bet during the come-out roll. This bet covers the numbers 2, 3, and 12. If any of these numbers roll, the any craps bet wins, offsetting the loss on the pass line. However, the payout for any craps is 7-1, while the true odds are 8-1. This results in a house edge of about 11.1%. While this hedge may offer temporary relief from variance, the long-term cost can outweigh the benefits. Similarly, horn bets are used to hedge against come bets. A horn bet is a combination wager that covers the numbers 2, 3, 11, and 12. If any of these numbers roll, the horn bet pays out. However, like any craps, horn bets carry a significant house edge. The payouts are not aligned with the true odds, which means players are paying a premium for the perceived safety. Over time, this can diminish the player's bankroll more quickly than sticking to lower edge bets. The net result of hedging is often a reduction in expected value. While it can provide short-term variance relief, the increased house edge means that players are likely to lose more money over the long run. This is why many experienced players prefer to rely on bankroll discipline rather than routine hedging. By managing their money wisely and sticking to bets with lower house edges, players can maintain a more sustainable approach to the game. There are exceptions where hedging might be justified. Some casinos offer promotions or bonuses that can make certain hedges more attractive. For example, if a casino offers a bonus payout on specific numbers or reduced VIG on certain bets, hedging might become more viable. However, these situations are rare and should be carefully evaluated to ensure that the potential benefits outweigh the costs. Ultimately, the decision to hedge should be based on personal comfort and risk tolerance. Some players find that hedging helps them enjoy the game more by reducing anxiety over potential losses. For others, the added cost of hedging is not worth the peace of mind it provides. Each player must weigh the pros and cons and decide what strategy aligns best with their goals and playing style. In conclusion, while hedging and insurance bets can offer a sense of security, they usually come at a cost. The increased house edge associated with these bets can erode a player's bankroll over time. Players who focus on disciplined bankroll management and low-edge bets are more likely to achieve long-term success. By understanding the true cost of hedging, players can make more informed decisions and enjoy the game of craps with greater confidence. In the game of craps, understanding and adhering to proper etiquette is crucial. It ensures a smooth flow of the game and protects your expected value. One fundamental rule is to keep your hands above the rail when the dice are in play. This prevents any interference with the roll and avoids accusations of tampering. When it's your turn to roll, always throw the dice with one hand and aim for the back wall. This ensures a fair roll and maintains the integrity of the game. Communication with the dealers is another important aspect of craps etiquette. It is essential to clearly verbalize your intentions regarding your bets. For instance, if you want a bet to be off or on, or if you wish to have your odds working or not working, you should state this explicitly. This helps to avoid any confusion and ensures that your bets are handled as you intend. When placing bets such as place, buy, or lay, communicate the specific numbers and amounts to the dealers. This clarity helps prevent errors and ensures that your bets are placed correctly. When engaging in buy or lay bets, it's important to confirm the timing of the vig, or commission, with the dealer. Some casinos charge the vig up front, while others charge it only on a win. Knowing this detail can impact your strategy and expected costs. Always ask the dealer to clarify the vig policy before you place these types of bets. This ensures you are fully aware of the financial implications and can adjust your betting strategy accordingly. In the event of a dispute, it is vital to remain calm and composed. Craps tables can become tense, especially when money is on the line. If a disagreement arises, address it politely with the dealer or the boxman. The boxman is responsible for overseeing the table and can help resolve disputes. Their notes and rulings are typically final, so it's important to approach them with respect and patience. By maintaining a calm demeanor, you can protect your interests without escalating the situation. Adhering to these etiquette guidelines not only enhances your experience, but also protects your expected value. By keeping your hands above the rail, you avoid any potential accusations of interference. Clear communication with the dealers ensures your bets are placed and managed correctly. Understanding the vig policy helps you make informed decisions about your bets. And by handling disputes calmly, you maintain a positive relationship with the dealers and other players. These practices contribute to a more enjoyable and efficient game, allowing you to focus on your strategy and maximize your chances of success. In summary, proper etiquette and effective communication with the dealers are essential components of a successful craps strategy. By following these guidelines, you can minimize misunderstandings and protect your expected value. This attention to detail allows you to play with confidence and enjoy the game to its fullest. Remember, craps is not just about the bets you place, but also about how you conduct yourself at the table. By respecting the game and those who facilitate it, you create a more positive and rewarding experience for yourself and others. A solid bankroll structure is essential for any craps player aiming to enjoy extended play, while minimizing the risk of significant losses. Begin by dividing your total trip bankroll into smaller session bankrolls. This approach allows you to manage your funds over multiple sessions, ensuring that a single streak of bad luck does not deplete your resources. A good rule of thumb is to plan for 5 to 10 sessions, depending on the length of your trip and your personal preferences. Within each session, it's important to determine the size of your flat bets. A conservative strategy involves wagering about 1 to 2% of your session bankroll on any given bet. This percentage helps protect your funds from the game's inherent volatility, allowing you to withstand the natural ups and downs that occur over time. By keeping your bets within this range, you maintain a buffer against unexpected losses. Establishing clear stop-loss and win goals is another critical component of effective bankroll management. A stop-loss is the maximum amount you are willing to lose in a session before walking away. Similarly, a win goal is the amount of profit you aim to achieve before cashing out. These limits help you avoid the temptation to chase losses or become overly aggressive when winning. By sticking to these predefined goals, you can maintain discipline and prevent emotional decisions from affecting your play. Understanding the concept of risk of ruin is vital for any craps player. This term refers to the probability of losing your entire bankroll before achieving your desired profit. The risk of ruin decreases as you lower your bet size and adhere to disciplined exits. Smaller bets reduce the impact of each loss on your overall bankroll, while disciplined exits ensure you do not continue playing when conditions are unfavorable. Tracking the average cost per roll is a practical way to assess the sustainability of your play. This metric helps you understand how much you are spending on each roll of the dice, allowing you to adjust your strategy if necessary. By keeping an eye on this figure, you can make informed decisions about when to increase or decrease your bet sizes, ensuring that you remain within your financial limits. In addition to these strategies, it's important to remain flexible and adapt to changing circumstances. While having a plan is crucial, being able to adjust your approach based on the flow of the game can help you maximize your enjoyment and minimize your losses. This adaptability is particularly important in a game like craps, where outcomes can be unpredictable and swings can occur rapidly. By implementing a structured bankroll plan, setting clear session goals, and understanding the risk of ruin, you can enhance your craps experience. These practices allow you to play longer, enjoy the game more, and protect your financial well-being. Remember, the key to successful craps play lies not only in the bets you make, but also in how you manage your resources and emotions at the table. For those looking to engage in craps with a strategic mindset, having a set of ready-to-use bet packages can be quite beneficial. These packages are tailored to different table types and budgets, allowing you to approach the game with a plan that suits your financial situation and risk tolerance. At a low minimum table, a simple yet effective strategy involves placing a $10 pass line bet. Once a point is established, you can take advantage of the 3-4-5x odds rule, which allows you to place odds bets that are 3 times your pass line bet on points 4 and 10, 4 times on points 5 and 9, and 5 times on points 6 and 8. This maximizes the efficiency of your bets by leveraging the 0% house edge on odds, thereby enhancing your potential returns without increasing the casino's advantage. In addition to the pass line bet, you can add a $12 place bet on either the 6 or 8. These numbers are chosen for their relatively low house edge of about 1.52%, making them more favorable compared to other place bets. The higher probability of rolling a 6 or 8 compared to other numbers also contributes to a more stable betting experience. This combination of pass line with odds and a place bet on 6 or 8 provides a balanced approach that covers multiple outcomes while keeping the house edge low. For those interested in a more structured betting strategy, the 3-point Molly system offers a comprehensive template. Start with a $15 pass line bet and take full advantage of the odds allowed by the table. Once a point is established, you introduce 2 come bets, each with odds. This setup allows you to have up to 3 numbers actively working for you at any given time. The use of come bets replicates the pass line process, creating new points and enabling you to take odds on those numbers as well. The 3-point Molly is designed to keep your exposure to the house edge minimal, while capitalizing on the 0% edge odds, making it a popular choice for players seeking efficiency. For players who prefer the dark side, a more conservative approach involves a $15 don't pass bet. Once the point is established, you can add one don't come bet with modest lay odds. This strategy leverages the slightly lower house edge on don't pass and don't come bets, which is about 1.36%, while also taking advantage of the higher frequency of the 7 appearing before the point. By focusing on fewer numbers and using lay odds, you can maintain control over your bankroll and reduce exposure to large swings. When considering whether to buy the 4 or 10, it is crucial to know the table's VIG policy. If the VIG, or commission, is charged only on wins, buying the 4 or 10 becomes a more attractive option due to the true odds payout. However, if the VIG is charged up front, the value diminishes, and it may be wiser to focus on placing bets on the 6 or 8 instead. This decision should be based on the specific rules of the table you are playing at. Lastly, managing your bets during the come-out roll is a critical aspect of maintaining your strategy. You can choose to toggle your place bets to off during the come-out roll to avoid the risk associated with a 7 appearing. This decision should align with your variance tolerance and overall strategy. By having these bet packages at your disposal, you can approach the craps table with confidence, knowing that your actions are guided by a plan tailored to your preferences and the table conditions. Before embarking on a trip to the casino, it's essential to prepare thoroughly. Begin by confirming the rules at the tables you plan to play. Each casino may have different maximum odds, VIG policies, and field payouts, so understanding these details can significantly impact your strategy. Knowing the maximum odds allowed will help you plan your bets effectively, especially if you intend to use strategies that involve odds betting, such as the 3-point molly or the dark side approach. Understanding the VIG policy, particularly for buying numbers like the 4 or 10, ensures you make informed decisions about where to place your bets. Field payouts can vary, affecting the overall house edge on these bets, so checking the specifics at your chosen casino is crucial. Before the session begins, take the time to pre-write your unit sizes, press and regress triggers, and stop points. Having these elements documented provides a clear framework for your betting strategy, helping you stay disciplined. Unit sizes should be aligned with your bankroll, ensuring you can withstand the natural variance of the game without risking too much on any single bet. Press and regress triggers are predetermined actions you take when certain conditions are met, such as increasing your bet after a win or reducing it after a loss. These triggers help manage your exposure to risk and can smooth out the volatility of your session. Stop points, both for wins and losses, are crucial for maintaining control over your bankroll. Setting a predetermined stop-loss limit prevents you from chasing losses, while a stop-win limit helps you lock in profits and walk away on a positive note. During each session, it is vital to log your results meticulously. Keeping track of your wins and losses allows you to separate your profits from your working bankroll. This practice not only helps you stay organized but also provides valuable data for reviewing your performance later. By tracking your results, you can identify patterns in your play, such as which strategies are most effective, or where you might be making costly mistakes. This information is invaluable for making adjustments to your approach in future sessions. Avoiding last roll tilt is another critical aspect of maintaining discipline. It can be tempting to keep playing in the hopes of recouping losses or riding a winning streak, but this often leads to poor decision-making. Instead, commit to ending your session on your schedule, not the tables. By sticking to your predetermined stop points, you can walk away with a clear head, regardless of the session's outcome. This discipline helps protect your bankroll and ensures that you approach each session with a fresh perspective. After each session, take the time to review your outcomes against your initial plan. This reflection allows you to assess whether your strategies were effective and if your discipline held firm. Adjustments should only be made between sessions, not during them, to avoid impulsive decisions driven by emotion. By analyzing your performance, you can refine your approach, making incremental improvements that enhance your overall play. A disciplined closing plan is vital for long-term success at the craps table. By standardizing your pre-session preparation, maintaining a structured approach during play, and conducting thorough post-session reviews, you set yourself up for a more controlled and potentially profitable experience. This framework helps mitigate the inherent risks of gambling, allowing you to enjoy the game with confidence and clarity.